Welcome to the lecture, The Elements of Art, your first GDE Workshop 1 Visual Literacy lecture. We will be discussing the elements of art, which is line, shape, form, texture, space, value, and color. Let us start with line. A line is a mark that joins 2 points across a space. Lines have direction, width, and length. According to the National Gallery of Art in the USA, line is a mark made using a drawing tool or brush. There are many types of lines: thick, thin, horizontal, vertical, zigzag, diagonal, curly, curved, or spiral, and are often very expressive. Lines are basic tools for artists, though some artists show their lines more than others. Some lines in paintings are invisible. You don't actually see the dark mark of the line, but they are there, shown in the way the artist arranges the objects in the painting. The image in this slide is an example of how line is effectively used. It's created by Mbata Azaria and titled The Royal Wedding, created in 1983. The artist of this artwork makes use of different types of line. Vertical lines are used in the lines that move up and down without any slant. Horizontal lines are used. These are the lines that are parallel to the horizon. Diagonal lines, which are the lines that slant, are used in the curved patterns and lines of the figures close. Curved lines, the lines that change direction gradually, are used in the black curved lines and the center of the composition. The artist also used line variation, which adds interest to the lines. He varied the length of the lines and used short and long lines. The width of the line is also explored by varying skinny and wide lines. The lines also move in various directions and creates interesting rhythm. The line quality or weight varies in terms of thinness and thickness. Another example of where line is used effectively is in the artwork of Dumele Feni. In putting the broken pieces together, some of May Find Peace, created in 1969. This artwork reflects how line can convey different expressive qualities. The freehand lines used express the personal energy and mood of the artist. The mechanical lines express a rigid control, for instance the lines of the cello held by the figure. The continuous lines used lead the eye in certain directions. Broken lines, such as the line radiating from the cello, express the ephemeral and insubstantial quality of the drawing. The thick lines, used to describe the cello, express strength, and the thin lines, such as used in the figure's face, symbolizes delicacy. The second element of art is shape. A shape is a two-dimensional enclosed area. Shapes can be geometrical or organic. According to Artifactory, the visual element of shape can be natural or man-made, regular or irregular, flat, which is two-dimensional, or solid, which is three-dimensional, representational or abstract, geometric or organic, transparent or opaque, positive or negative, decorative or symbolic, colored, patterned, or textured. The perspective of shapes are as follow. The angles and curves of shapes appear to change depending on our viewpoint. The technique we use to describe this change is called perspective drawing. Then the behavior of shapes. Shapes can be used to control your feelings in the composition of an artwork. Squares and rectangles can portray strength and stability. Circles and ellipses can represent continuous movement. Triangles can lead the eye in an upward movement. Inverted triangles can create a sense of imbalance and tension. The image in this slide is an example of how shape is used. It's created by Jasper Johns, titled Target, and created in 1961. The artist makes use of organic shapes. The shapes are free form, unpredictable, and flowing in appearance. These shapes, as well as organic forms, visually suggest the natural world. Negative shapes are also used, which is a shape without any detail. It forms an outline. It suggests shapes that are representative and is created by the flattening out of three-dimensional objects. This artwork by Mapula Embroidery Project also reflects a few lines that's quite interesting. The lines used in this artwork are combinations of linear lines, as seen in the images of the buses, and curved lines, as seen in the huts and the shapes of the bodies. Another element of art is form. Form refers to the three-dimensional volume of a shape and includes depth, height, and width. The world we live in made up almost entirely of forms. As artists, we must have a strong understanding of form and how to create the illusion of form in drawings and paintings. So in short, form is an element of art, meaning objects that have three dimensions, a three-dimensional shape. The artwork in this slide is an example of how form is used in painting. The artwork is created by the artist Paul Cézanne and is titled The Baskets of Apples, created during 1890 till 1894. This example makes use of organic shapes, which are free form, unpredictable and flowing in appearance. These shapes visually suggest the natural world of fruit. There is a great use of positive and negative shape. The positive shape is the fruits which contain details inside. The background shape is negative. Let us take a look at texture. Texture refers to the surface quality of an object. Texture can be actual, which means tactile, or implied, which means visual. According to Virgil Instructor, texture refers to the way an object feels to the touch or looks as it may feel if it were touched. Texture is one of the 7 elements of art. Understanding it fully will lead to stronger drawings and paintings. Texture is an element of art that refers to the way an object feels to the touch or looks as it may feel. 3D texture refers to the way an object feels to the touch. 2D texture refers to the way an object looks as it may feel. Visual texture is the illusion of a 3D surface. Simulated texture is an imitation of real textures. Invented texture is 2D patterns created by the repetition of lines of shapes. Rough textures is reflection of light in an uneven fashion. Smooth textures reflect light evenly. Matte texture is surface that reflects a soft, dull light. Shiny surfaces are the opposite of matte. Impasto texture is a painting technique in which the paint is built up on the surface to create a texture. When drawing or painting texture, it is important to pay close attention to the values. They reveal the illusion of texture. The following 3 slides reflect artworks that deals with texture. The first 2 slides is by artworks by Francis Goodman. It's titled Ophiophilia and is created in 2014. Then the third slide is an image of an oil painting by John Kotze and it's called Maratha Iron Curtain, created in 2015. All these artworks make use of tactile texture. It is the actual way a surface feels when it is felt or touched, such as rough, smooth, soft, hard, silky, slimy, or sticky. 3D art, such as sculpture and architectural structures, are tactile in nature because they can be felt. According to Wikipedia, physical texture differentiates itself from visual texture by having a physical quality that can be felt by touching the surface of the texture. Specific use of a texture can affect the smoothness that an artwork conveys. For instance, use of rough surfaces can be visually active, while smooth surfaces can be visually restful. The use of both can give a sense of personality to an artwork, to utilize and create emphasis, rhythm, and contrast. Another element of art is space. Space refers to the environment in which an object occurs, as well as its relationship to other objects. Positive space refers to the area that an object occupies, while negative space refers to the space surrounding the object. According to Teresa Bernard, space is one of the basic elements of art. It refers to the distance between or the area around and within shapes, forms, colors, and lines. Space can be positive or negative, as said. It includes the background, foreground, and middle ground. Both positive and negative space can play important roles in the overall success of an artwork. This artwork is created by Deborah Poynton and it's titled Little Girl Lost, number 2, created in 2018. In this artwork, space gives the viewers a reference for interpreting the artwork. By drawing the snake larger than the elements in the forest and the rest of the composition, imply that it is closer to the viewer. Thus, the snake becomes a central subject of the painting. This slide presents an artwork by William Kentridge titled More Sweetly Play the Dance, created in 2015. This artwork reflects negative and positive space. The positive space is taken by the subjects that are darker in contrast to the background. The background serves as the negative space. An exciting element of art is color. Hue is another name for color. The primary colors are red, yellow, blue. The secondary colors are orange, green, and violet. The complementary colors are red, green, yellow, violet, blue, and orange. According to the virtual instructor, color is the element of art that refers to reflected light. Color theory is defined as a theory because it cannot be proven. There are volumes and volumes of information available about color. It is an exciting, ever-changing science. Color has an effect over how we feel about objects, how we behave, and how our bodies react to circumstances. According to the virtual instructor, the color wheel was developed by Sir Isaac Newton by taking the color spectrum and bending it into a circle. If you follow around the color wheel, you will find the same order of the color spectrum: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Some remember this in the acronym of ROYGBOV. The color wheel is made up of 3 different types of colors: primary, secondary, and tertiary. The primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. They are called primary for a couple of reasons. First, no 2 colors can be mixed to create a primary color. In other words, primary colors can only be created through the use of natural pigments. Secondly, all other colors found on the color wheel can be created by mixing primary colors together. The secondary colors are orange, green, and purple. Secondary colors are created by mixing equal parts of any 2 primary colors. Yellow and blue will give you green. Red and blue will create purple. Red and yellow will give you orange. Tertiary colors are created by mixing equal parts of secondary colors and a primary color together. There are 6 tertiary colors: red purple, red orange, blue green, yellow green, blue purple, and yellow orange. Notice that the proper way to refer to tertiary colors is by listing the primary color first and the secondary color second. This painting by Piet Mondrian is called Composition A and created in 1923. According to the Khan Academy, composition with red, blue, and yellow demonstrate Mondrian's commitment to relational opposites, asymmetry, and pure planes of color. Mondrian composed this painting as a harmony of contrasts that signify both balance and the tension of dynamic forces. The following 2 slides containing artworks will be discussed in the frame of monochromatic colors. There's 2 types, monochromatic and chromatic colors. The first slide is an artwork by Johannes Bokela, testing equipment, created in 2005. The second slide is an artwork by Adriaan van Zyl. It's called Hospital Diptych No. 2, created in 2005. Both artists use monochromatic color schemes in these artworks. According to Wikipedia, monochromatic colors are all the colors, which includes tones, tints, and shades, of a single hue. Monochromatic color are derived from a single base hue and extended using the shades, tones, and tints. Tints are achieved by adding white, and shades and tones are achieved by adding a darker color, such as gray or black. Monochromatic color schemes provide opportunities in art and visual communications, as they allow for a greater range of contrasting tones that can be used to attract attention, create focus, and support legibility. The use of a monochromatic color provides a strong sense of visual cohesion and can help support communication objects through the use of connotative color. The relative absence of hue can be offset by variations in tone and the addition of texture. This is an image reflecting the painting created by Gerard Sikoto called Yellow Houses, a street in Sophiatown, created in 1940. The artist makes use of cold and warm color schemes. According to BBC, warm colors reminds us of things associated with the concept of heat, such as summer, beaches, the sun or fire. The warm colors are red purple, red, red orange, orange, yellow orange, and yellow. Cool colors reminds us of things associated with the absence of heat, such as winter, ice, or water. The cool colors are purple, blue, blue green, green, yellow green. Using warm and cool colors in a painting can have different effects. Warm colors are said to advance towards you as if they are jumping out of the painting. These colors can be exciting and energetic and will catch the viewer's attention by drawing their eye towards them. Cool colors are said to recede into the background, meaning that they move away from the viewer. Cool colors can be calming and relaxing, but can also be used to signify sadness. The final element of art is value. Value refers to the relative lightness or darkness of a color. The difference in value is called contrast. A tint is color plus white, and a shade is color plus black. According to the virtual instructor, value deals with lightness or darkness of a color. Since we see objects and understand objects because of how dark or light they are, value is incredibly important to art. Value deals directly to light. We see things because light reflects off of objects and goes into our eyes. Our mind processes the light and rationalizes what we are seeing. Without light, we cannot see anything. In order to draw paint in a way that creates an illusion of what we normally see, we must fully understand light and how it reacts on surfaces. Value is the key to the illusion of light. This is why value is so incredibly important to drawing and painting. This artwork is created by Artemisia Gentileschi. In this artwork, the artist created the illusion of light using different color and tonal values. Here, the values are visualized as a scale or gradient from dark to light. This is a high contrast image and has few tonal values in between stronger hues like black and white. In this artwork, the value is responsible for the appearance of texture and light. Here the semblance of light and dark is achieved through the manipulation of value. We hope that you have enjoyed this lecture. Keep well. Goodbye. Thank you.